Yes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know the thing already. Let's get straight into it. Fight week. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua this Friday in Miami. This is gonna be like a two-parter. This is like a two-parter video. Not gonna be too long, kind of quick. Basically gonna be talking about what happens next if actually, like, what does it look like if Jake Paul actually won? Like, what does that mean for AJ? What does that mean for boxing? And probably later on in the video, gonna just touch up on some stuff that's been going on in the boxing world. So yeah, let's start on the topic at hand. What does it mean for Anthony Joshua if he loses to Jake Paul? So that's I think it goes two ways. If we happen to live in a world on Friday in Miami where Anthony Joshua loses to Jake Paul, like I don't know how that can happen, whether it's by a knockout, whether it's by technical, whether it's by, I don't know what happens. Somehow, some way, Jake Paul bangs the maddest judge and it just happens. It works, innit, yeah? What does it mean for boxing? I think if Jake Paul was to beat Anthony Joshua, I honestly think like that would be the beginning of the end of how the casual fan would even look at like boxers, because you gotta take it as Jake Paul's been fighting for like what, 3-4 years, 5 years max. All he's ever been fighting are literally like retired fighters or old boxers that they've basically done it and passed it, like it's over. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna say, or fighting people who are in MMA and crossing over, or just fighting people who are. I'm gonna say that's the only fights he's been having, like predominantly in it. Obviously, I know he fought Mike Tyson. I can't remember how old Mike Tyson is. I know he's like over 50 or something, or however old he is. Like, but he's a pensioner. Like, great, boxing great, legend, but he's a pensioner. I'm trying to say him fighting all these people, him beating all these people doesn't really say much. It doesn't really say much, innit? But if he was to beat Anthony Joshua, and I'm not saying Joshua's in his prime or anything like that, or this is the Joshua of 2016 or 2015 or 20 whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like this not or 2019. I'm just not trying to say in it. This is not the Joshua that beat Klitschko or the Joshua. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm saying this is Anthony Joshua, icon of British boxing, not just heavyweight, of British boxing, and an icon in world boxing. But in the UK, Anthony Joshua, I'm not gonna say single-handedly, but was a leading force into why like a lot of people got into boxing. Like AJ is one of the reasons why I like boxing so much as well. I literally remember watching Anthony Joshua fight Klitschko at the bottom of Rock City after Stormzy's show in Nottingham with Stormzy and like me, T, like everyone. Like we were just there. Obviously the show was finished, but obviously it was the same day. AJ was fighting Klitschko. I literally remember that feeling of being in the room, him getting wobbled, him coming back from adversity. Like, bro, AJ is one of the reasons why I proper like boxing. Like that fight alone captivated me. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me to see someone like AJ, who like I rate so highly, I rate AJ highly. I'm just not me saying he's the greatest heavyweight ever. I'm just saying how I feel about the brother, innit? I really like AJ, innit? Everything that he's done for British boxing, like the level he's took it to, like, you're not gonna find another one of them anytime soon, regardless of how good like skill-wise or how not good skill-wise he was. What he's done, like in terms of like imagery, branding, and getting eyes on the sport and getting people interested in boxing again, just a casual person, unprecedented, isn't it? But obviously, what's my point? Yeah, if someone like AJ could get knocked out by Jake Paul, who's just been boxing for like 4 or 5 years, one, I feel like it will make the casual fan and listener, casual viewer, sorry, just think like boxing is rigged and fake, because it's like, in my mind, and I feel like in most people's minds, there's no world where Jake Paul can beat Anthony Joshua. Do you know what I'm saying? There's not a world where that can actually happen, innit? So if that was to actually happen, it would be like, raw, like, is this boxing thing fake? It will now make you start questioning bare different fights, bare things that's happened in boxing, thinking, raw, is boxing actually fake? Because how is a gold medalist, a 2-time world heavyweight champion being beat by Jake Paul, influencer boxer, who's an influencer who's turned to become a boxer? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it will just make people think like, raw, like, this boxing thing is either super easy, like you know what I'm saying, like a walk in the park, or these guys are like obviously rigging the fights, or he's obviously took some cash there, or he's took a fall, he's da da da. You know what I'm saying? That's what people are gonna start thinking, innit? Now, secondly, if AJ was to lose to Jake Paul on Friday in Miami, I genuinely feel like, not to say this fight or something like that, like I don't get the conversation where people say, "Oh, what about his legacy? His legacy, his legacy." I don't think him taking this fight ruins his legacy. Like it's nothing. Like the greats have done it. Mayweather took fights. Just like, what is this fight? Mayweather's fought Deji. Like no one can ever tell me anything about anything from when Floyd Mayweather has fought Deji, KSI's brother. I don't care about anyone taking a thing fight. Like end of the day, if you're not somebody who's got belts or you're holding up the division or you're whatever. Do what you want. Like AJ's a prize fighter, innit? Like if guys want to pay him, however much want to pay him to go fight Jake Paul, go beat up an influencer that guys want to see get beat up, guys want to see Jake Paul get KO'd. Like, yo, go do your thing, innit? Like I don't think him that, innit? I don't think that does anything to his legacy. I don't think it tarnishes. I don't think it leaves a stain or nothing, innit? But where it starts getting spooky, yeah? Where it starts getting spooky is if, like, Jake Paul actually beats AJ. Because that's when it's now a thing where it's like, all right, cool. When we now look back at legacy, look back at resumes, and look back at who people have fought and when they fought them and this and that, it's not going to look good if your last fight was to Daniel Dubois and you got KO'd in, what was that, in Wembley? I'm sure that was in Wembley. And then your next fight is in Miami to Jake Paul, influencer boxer, and then you get beat. It now starts making your legacy look a bit spooky. It now starts making people question and think about, raw, like, what was this guy? Like, was this guy ever who we thought he was? Or was he just a guy that was just marketed like to the best of like Matchroom could ever do? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, was this just like a perfect storm? Was him winning the gold in London and then the story, the culture being behind him, the type of person he is, how he's he's able to be personable. He's able to do the radio friendly or PG type of thing, whatever you want to call it, and be able to just be like palatable for a lot of different types of people. Is that just the reason why he got to the level? Was it never really the skill? I don't believe that, innit? But was it ever really the skill, or was it just because he just had the branding machine and the whole machine like actually backing him and behind him? That's what people want to start thinking. Obviously, I don't see a world where this happens. This is just me saying, what if, innit? Like, what if? What does that actually mean? What does it mean for boxing? What does it mean for AJ and his legacy, innit? Obviously, Friday's coming. I know AJ's going to do the job. I feel like he's going to do it in 2 to 3 rounds, but I'm going to do another video separately about what does it look like for if AJ wins. Like, what does that mean? Like, what's next? I'm trying to say. But yeah, literally, like, personally, I don't think there's a chance in hell that Jake Paul can actually do it, innit? Obviously, unless the game's rigged, unless there's something going on that we don't know, or unless Anthony Joshua has just completely deteriorated to, like, from the past, like, how many years, or deteriorated, sorry, in the past how many years. When was the Daniel Dubois fight? That was last year. Like, so in the space of a year, unless AJ's gone from whatever level he was at to literally like area level or something, then that's the only way it can happen. I can't see that happening, innit? Like, AJ's one, how much bigger and stronger than my man, how much actual talent that he's got, how much experience. Like, it's not, like, that's not happening. The only way that would happen is if this thing's rigged or something's like awfully gone wrong with AJ, and I don't believe that, innit? I'm trying to say. So moving on, not trying to make this video too long. Just wanted to touch up on the Nigeria card. Lawrence Okoli has announced he's going to be fighting Ebenezer Tete. And yeah, man, I don't even know what that even means. What's the meaning of that? Why guys think that's the next fight man should be taking? Obviously, I get it. Obviously, to the British public, but who is that card actually for? 'Cause I'm Nigerian, innit, yeah? And even the last one they done in Nigeria, I watched that one as well. That was, I think Dan Aziz was on that. Who else was on that? There was someone who, I even forgot who was the main on the main card. Let me check. Okay, yeah, so the one they done in October, the first Nigeria card they done in October, that was with Brandon Glanton and Brown. I forgot his first name. That day was the headliners for that fight. I think Brandon Glanton was a guy who fought Chris Billam-Smith, if I remember correctly. And it's like, yeah, obviously I'm Nigerian, so anything in Nigeria, obviously I'm pro and I support it and I'm happy to see it. But I don't know. I didn't, like, how do I put it? I don't know who Who's the target audience for them cards? Like, is it like Nigerian people, like as in like people in Nigeria, or just like is it a thing just to build up Africa, or is like the British fight fans also meant to be locked into it as well? Because it's like I don't know. I feel like they could have got someone a bit better than Ebenezer Tete to fight Okoli in Nigeria. Like Okoli's actually Nigerian. You could have got someone. I don't know. I think we've got so they've got Tony Yoka on the card as well. Why couldn't you just do Okoli versus Tony Yoka? Like, do you get what I mean? Tony Yoka's fighting some guy called Corte. I don't think I know who Corte is. I feel like I recognize the name. Ben, what's his name? Is it Harvey? Harvey or Harley? Harvey or Harley Ben's on here as well. Against Anoga. Durante Saleo. I don't even know the rest of these guys. So what is David Adeleye not on this card as well anymore? I'm sure David Adeleye was meant to be on this card as well, if I remember correctly. Maybe he's been taken off. But I seen a interview of him on IFL with Coogan literally like a week or 2 weeks ago where he was talking about the fight. Maybe Adeleye is not on there no more. And even in the comments here it says I thought Adeleye was meant to be in this card. Yeah, who knows, man. But yeah, that's been announced. Okoli versus Ebenezer Tete in Nigeria, December 21st. I'ma still lock in. I'ma still watch it either way. Even though I feel like Okoli, bro, like obviously I know you're in the heavyweight division now. You shouldn't maybe like ease yourself into it. But you've had like three fights now, 4 fights in at heavyweight. You need to step it up now. Guys need to step it up. We need to see a bit more. Like let's fight somebody who's got an actual like chance of doing something to you, or there's a bit of jeopardy in the fight because the fight so far, the things the opponents you're taking so far, there's just no jeopardy in it. So it's like kind of like, what's the point kind of in it? But either way, man's gonna watch it anyways. It's the fights in Nigeria. I'm Nigerian, so I'm gonna support it. You get me? But yeah, that's it for this video. I'm gonna do another video, like a part 2 kind of thing, where I talk about what it looks like for AJ if he wins. If he wins where he should win, wins against Jake Paul this Friday. Look out for that dropping not too long after this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit the hype button as well if you can for me. Much love.